Burnout can be a scary thing, and programmers are the ones who are exposed to this risk the most. Therefore, it's important not just to be aware of it, but to adopt some certain practices in advance. And I'm here to share with you 4 things that I do every day, at least for the most part, to avoid burnout. I'm Pushkin Man, a senior software developer with over 5 years of experience. So first, let's get our definition straight. When you burn out, you don't feel like doing anything, even if you like doing that before. You start to feel lack of motivation, stress, and fatigue. It can be caused by lack of self-growth, too much workload, or general uninteresting activities that you do every day. It can affect anyone in any profession, but here we're going to talk about programmers. After all, like I said, programmers are the ones who are exposed to this danger the most. You primarily work in isolation, one-on-one with your code, and your work style is generally not that active. This is why you see a lot of companies trying their best to improve the work environment for their employees. Yet the worst part about burnout is that you don't see it coming. Usually you realize it when it's already too late. That is why it is highly important that you take small or big steps, if you like, every day to avoid burnout. So let's get back to the main topic and talk about the 4 things that you can do right now to avoid it. Subscribe to my channel to learn even more about programming. And first of all, you need to manage your time and expectations. The best way to get rid of the most stress in our lives is to plan what we're gonna do. Therefore, create a schedule and start planning out your day. Before the sleep or really any other time, just make sure that it stays the same. Write down the tasks for the next day. And here it's important to follow 3 rules. Be realistic about how many things you can get done in a given day. It is better to put less than more so that you won't be disappointed that you didn't finish all the tasks. I, for example, never put more than 5 items for a day. It is a very good idea to pick the task of the day and mark it. It needs to be the #1 task that you need to finish. Determine what is really the one single most important thing that you need to finish within a given day. Lastly, make sure that you turn this into a habit and do this thing every day. There are a lot of advices that I could give on time management, but if I had to pick one, I would choose this. Do not multitask and focus on one thing at a time. If you are working, you're working. If you're resting, you are resting. If you're spending time with your family, you guessed it, you're not doing anything else but spending time with the family. Do not multitask or jump from one thing to another. This will eat up a lot of your energy and cause you to lose focus. And by the end of it, you're probably going to be stressed out and disappointed. Let's move to the next advice and talk about constant learning. It is always important for us to learn, advance further in our career, and grow as a professional. And trust me, this holds true not only when we talk about our careers. It is important to approach learning in a way where it increases your curiosity and motivates you. Make sure you always consume new knowledge and discover new things. Take on new tasks at work on your pet projects, or even start your own startup. I, for example, have a daily task where I have to watch a video about a certain new topic or read an article. This might seem insignificant, but all those little things could add up to a lot over time. This is also known as the compounding effect. Do not get stuck in a loop where every day you're doing all the same repetitive tasks. If you're not moving forward, then you will be moving backwards. This is how things really work. Next advice is to rest properly. And there are 2 parts to resting that I want to discuss. So first of all, most of us are actually workaholics, and if you're watching this video, I bet that you are. This means that you are unable to stop working, whether you did not finish all the tasks or you don't feel accomplished by the end of the day. If you're doing this, you know how much stress this causes. And that is why, you guessed it, it is highly important for you to schedule time for resting. This will not only help you to avoid burnout, but will also increase your performance when you actually work. The second part is the resting process itself. Resting properly is actually what most of us get wrong. It is easy to assume that if we're doing something that we enjoy, we are resting by default. However, this is far from the truth. Going to an amusement park or playing video games may seem like something that should allow us to rest, but it does not help us recover. Intense thinking and emotions drain energy. You need to make sure that you rest both physically and mentally. That's why some of the actual things that you could do is go for a walk, meditate, make some tea, and sit on a balcony. And all of the things that I've just mentioned, I do on a regular basis, and trust me, they really work. The last advice, and I bet this is not the first time you've heard about it, but you must take care of your health. And I will keep it very simple. You need to take care of 3 things: food, exercise, and sleep. Be sure that most of the food that you consume is healthy. You don't have to be perfect. You can totally eat some junk food during the week a couple of times. But food is literally what makes us. What we put in is what we get out. Also, don't forget about drinking enough water. Research shows that our brain is highly dependent on hydration, and this could help you with performance and improve your state of mind. So drinking a bit of water every other hour would go a long way. Then there is exercise. It is within our biological blueprint to move and be active. If you're not doing this, this will not only have a physical effect on you, but psychological one as well. And once again, nobody is asking you to run a marathon. Start doing a simple 30-minute workout program once a week and slowly increase the load. Okay, and now let's talk about the last one, which is sleep. Here you need to be strict because sleep is the most important thing that affects our well-being. But thankfully, there are only 2 rules that you need to follow. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep and go to bed at the same time. This will have the biggest impact on you out of all the things that I've mentioned in this video. This might sound unbelievable, but it's true. Do not underestimate the power of sleep. And that is it. Now you know what you can do to avoid burnout. I've experimented with a lot of different practices, habits, methods, but these ones are the ones that I found to work the best. I would really advise you to adopt even just a couple of things that I've talked about in this video. If you do them every day, you will start to notice the difference pretty quickly. Remember, start small and work your way up. Have a good day and see ya.